Well, about an hour ago, my girlfriend Karen had to say goodbye to her last dog. Bella was a 13-year-old Frenchie. And, Panthers haven't won any games. Still haven't won a Stanley Cup final game. But I get to sit here with both my sons, my two remaining dogs. Not all of them. I wish they all could be here, but I still got the two. I get to watch us in the Stanley Cup final. And in the end, we're going to pull this off. In the end, we're going to win this. Tonight, let's just win one for Bella. You ready? Here we go. They did it. I don't believe it.
Let's go Panthers. Let's go Panthers. Let's go Panthers. Let's go.
Puck drop. And 3, 2, 1.
Let's go Panthers. Let's go Panthers. Let's go Panthers. Let's go.
Alright, Panther fans. Here we go. Game 3. This is all of it in one package here today. Now, some of you might be wondering, why is this guy not wearing a Panther shirt? I debated back and forth. I used my brain to try to think about what should I wear, what shouldn't I wear, because I had the other shirt on and it gave us good luck all the way up until this series, and it didn't win anything. And what it struck me to do was to go back and look and see what was I wearing in my preseason preview where I said the Panthers were going to win the cup. So whatever I was wearing in that video, let's bring it all the way forward. Let's bring all that juju here tonight. So, it is. That's how we're working out. Now, in terms of this game, just win a game. Just win a hockey game. I talked about this in the podcast today. Just win a hockey game. Don't worry about it being Game 3, the Stanley Cup. None of that. Just win a hockey game. You don't even have to win the game. You just got to make sure you've got more goals than the other team when the clock hits 0. You don't even have to win the game. And what I mean by that is, it doesn't matter if we're losing 2-0 and we scored 3 goals in the last 5 minutes. Did we really win the game? Or did we just have a hot streak towards the end? Oh, the clock says 0. That's all we have to do. However it needs to happen, win a game, get yourself back into this series, and then we can contemplate and extrapolate everything else that's going to go on. Now, as far as I've heard, always know with the Panthers, anything could change. Gudis is in. Listerinen is out. Apparently, it's a broken bone in the bottom. It's like hell of a block shot. Blocks a shot, and that doesn't sound like he's going to be playing in this series. It is a loss, but it's not why we're losing this series, okay? These guys just need to forget about it. Just forget about it, okay? Let go of the pressure. Let go of whatever state of mind they've been in Game 1 and Game 2. Flush it down the toilet and just go play hockey. It ain't that hard, guys. All right. I feel good. I did not feel good about Game 1, that's for sure. In Game 2, I was tight. I think we were all tight. And now it's just like, screw it. If we're going to have to do the thing we did against Boston all over again, let's get going. Alright, so it's 1-1 after 1. We look better, obviously. Panthers look better. I'm not going to get myself all bent out of shape about the clear, ridiculous set of circumstances that led to Vegas actually having a 4-on-3 in that period. It is what it is. We're playing the Knights, and we are certainly not getting the better of the calls, so put it that way. Now the concern is that Tkachuk got laid out pretty well, and he came back out onto the ice and was actually part of the power play, and then he went to the locker room. Now the suggestion that some of us in the stream have is that the concussion spotter would have pulled him off and he has to be off the ice for 10 minutes. I think it's 10 minutes of game time, but whatever the case may be, it just might be another way for the league to keep him off the ice for 10 minutes. Hopefully he comes back out the second period. We look good. We look like ourselves out there tonight, which is good. Bob has made some nice saves. We need to win this game. We need to finish this game off. Stahl is taking Kachuk's place, so let's just hope get to the second period, and the good things need to continue to happen. It's 2-1 Vegas after 2. You know, I could sit here on one hand and complain. Now, there's 3 points about the penalties. But the main 2 points is that I've never seen a Stanley Cup game officiated. I've never seen a series, but certainly this game, I've never seen a Stanley Cup game officiated in the manner where they're just calling everything. Everything. I mean, you know, the guys on TV are trying to cover and being like, well, they are penalties. Yeah, but especially like the cross-check on Barkov, I mean, that happens all day, every day in the playoffs. And they let it go, which is what makes the playoffs so exciting. This is horrible. So what you're seeing out there is 2 teams that are expecting the referees not to make the calls because they normally don't make those calls in the playoffs. And instead the refs are calling every single thing. Now, Panthers can't score in the power play. Same problem we had last year that led to the sweep against Tampa. We got 20 minutes. I mean, maybe we get to overtime, but whatever this season is going to be, whatever this series is going to be, is going to happen in this third period. We got to score goals. And Maurice keeps saying scoring goals isn't our problem, but we shouldn't be worried about the offensive part of the game. I beg to differ. I really beg to differ right now. We need to score some goals. All right. Hopefully the next time you see me, I'm jumping up and down and happy.
We are going to overtime!
All right. We are going to overtime. Oh boy. Considering how the rest of the game went, I'll take it, with the exception of with 11 seconds left. How? I mean, up until that point, I was going to say the refs have kind of been, look, they've been calling everything. The Panthers need to score on their power play opportunities. But how do you miss a tripping call with 11 seconds left and call something like that when the game is clearly going to overtime? How egregious, how asinine, how incompetent is the word I'm looking for. The incompetence is so off the charts, it makes the people that say the game is rigged look like they have a frickin' point. In my series preview, I said, Panther fans specifically, I said we were going to go through trials and tribulations unlike anything else we had so far. We can win this game. We can still win a cup. We can win this game, and we can still win a cup. I'm going to be happy next time you see me. I'll be something. All right. Yes! Oh, that hurts. I don't care. I just keep punching. Oh, I don't know how to act because we've never won a Stanley Cup final game before, but now we have. Question for you Panther fans. That was Game 7 against Boston. That game there was Game 7 against Boston. You know, if you lose, you're done, and that clock is just ticking down and ticking down and ticking down. And I'm having the same, if you watched my recap after that game, I'm having the same conversation in my head as Game 7. Some of you who I message with privately know exactly what I'm talking about. But I'm having the same conversation in my head that I was having after Game 7. And I'm watching that clock go down, and half of me is going, just let it. Just forget about it, man, all right? You got the prediction wrong. You got it wrong, okay? You got bad information. You've been yapping all year. It's just, and the other half of me is going, no, I won't quit. I won't quit on this team. I just won't quit. I won't say we're not winning the cup until I have no choice. And so I'm going and I'm having that internal battle in my head, and the clock is winding down, and there's 9 minutes, and there's 8 minutes, and there's 7. And we did almost the exact same thing. They talked about the pulling of the goalie, and Kyle's like, oh, now they're going to pull the goalie. I'm like, oh, crap, they're going to pull the goalie. And then we pull the goalie, and Tkachuk ties the game. And the refs did the best that they could, Vegas, all right? The refs did the best that they could to help you all out there at the end of the game. We had to kill off a penalty to start overtime. Well, who remembers? Now, Bob made some ridiculous, fantastic, spectacular saves. Oh, yes, he did. I don't remember exactly how much time was left in the game. I think it was about the 6 or 7 minute mark. But remember when Eichel hit that post? I'm pretty sure it was Eichel had beat Bob dead to rights, short side, and he hit the post. And now it's 2-1. And when the Panthers won Game 7 against Boston, it elevated our level of play to the point where we then won 8 of the next 9. So you got yourself a series now, Vegas. Now look, I know the story is going to be, well, look, we barely beat them, and Vegas beat the crap out of us, especially in Game 2. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We'll play this game all day long. We will play this game all day long. All right? Bob, mwah, we're back in business. Okay? Guys get hurt. Guys come back. We've got some kind of special technology in our locker room. We've seen it with Forsling before, where he gets decapitated and he goes to the locker room, and before they can call the hearse to carry his body out, he's regrown his head and he's back out there on the ice. Florida Panthers. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. You know what I'm going to say. I won't quit on this team. I just won't. I'm not saying, by the way, I'm not saying I'm alone there. The chat was perfect tonight, okay, with the one exception, because I had to make the chat subscriber only, because apparently there's just one person who just can't control himself from creating fake accounts and spamming the N-word. For whatever joy that gives somebody, I'm sure I don't know, but, I mean, get a life already. Jeez. What did we see on the ice? If I can kind of control myself and contain myself. That Bubba, this looked like Game 7 against Boston. Is honestly what it looked like to me. Bubba has definitely found his groove again. I feel real good about that. Defensively, we got loose a couple of times, okay, but not terrible. All right, not terrible. We did the job that we needed to do. There was a few times there, especially after we killed off the penalty in overtime, it looked a little loosey-goosey, like, uh-oh, we're going run and gun. I don't really want to go run and gun with Vegas, not with the heater that Marchessault is on right now. So we were just yelling, settle down, settle it down, settle it down. And then Carter, Effin Verhaeghe again in overtime. And I guess that's part of the reason why it reminds me of Game 7 after Boston. So, now I'm sure you Vegas fans are saying, this guy, he's jumping up and down pretty happily for a guy that's still down 2-1 in the series. Well, we just basically avoided a sweep. Let's be honest. It was really starting to look like 96 all over again. Okay? Game 1 was close, but they pulled away. Game 2 was a blowout. Then Game 3, we had a lead, and then we lost it. We never scored again. And that was looking exactly like a duplicate of 1996. But Kachuk wasn't on that team. We pulled it off today. We pulled it off, and I am just... We're winning the Stanley Cup. We're going to win the Stanley Cup. Okay? I don't have any hockey reasons for that. Like I've been saying it. We're just going to win. They're just not going to quit. What is this? What did I say? This is the last thing I'll say. What did I say in the series preview? I said, Vegas can beat us in spots, and they will, but they have to eliminate us. And that's what I don't think Vegas can. I don't think that they can eliminate us. I think when the pedal comes to the end and the pedal's to the metal, or whatever cliche you want to use, when it gets to be that time, I think this result tonight is what you'll get. All right. I'm beside myself. I don't even know. Stu texted me. Stu's at the game, so I don't know how he missed it. But Stu texted me. He says, "Hey, what happened on the Verhaeghe goal? Tell me about what, the play." And I'm like, the hell if I know what happened. I was Kyle and I and Matthias were screaming and hugging and crying and the whole deal because we finally won a Stanley Cup final game. And I know this, only Panther fans will understand that in the terms of it was really looking like exactly like 96 again. Okay, it was really starting to look like we're going to do this again? Are we going to get swept again? But no, not this team, not now. And so the beautiful thing is now we've got a day off to rest and recover, as the guys like to say. I know Kachuk was banged up a little bit. He came back. Montour was banged up. He came back. Props to Aaron Ekblad, who played a whale of a game. Okay? I got to say this about Ekblad, and this is not a... This is a compliment, not a criticism. You can tell by Ekblad's play that he is a physically diminished player who is absolutely gutting it out and playing out of his mind right now because he senses the opportunity. Let me know in the comments if you agree with that. I think he's definitely not physically the player he was, but what I see is a guy out there who wants it. I think Ekblad honestly wants it more than anybody out on that ice. That's just my opinion. I think he recognizes the opportunity. He's been here the longest, except for, obviously, Barkov. And I'm sure that he doesn't want to wake up one morning and be playing in Calgary. So, all right. Florida Panthers get the win. The series is now 2-1. What's today? Today is Thursday. Game 4 is on Saturday. That's going to be rocking and rolling and all of the things. And we now, Panther fans, we don't have to spend the next couple of days going if, and if, and if, and if, and if. Let's just go out there Saturday, take this momentum that we've got, double down on it, and then the only thing is, guys, eventually, and why not? We'll just do the trifecta. We'll do the trifecta of firsts. Okay? We won our first Stanley Cup playoff game. We won our first Stanley Cup final game. Check. Okay? And to win our first Stanley Cup, which would be 2 firsts, we have to do the 3rd first, which is winning in Vegas. So if it takes 7 games, if we're going to win the Cup, we got to win in Vegas. Now, in my series preview, I said somehow we were going to get to 2-2, and then we were going to win Game 5 and Game 6. If we win Saturday, that classifies as somehow. So, why not? My original thing was Panthers in 6. Somebody asked me on the stream if I still say Panthers in 6. Why not? Why not? The the way this team plays, just get the game to overtime. Just get the game to overtime. I mean, seriously. It's unbelievable. All right. Let me go help Kyle finish up this stream. Stu and I will be back in the morning. And, we're playing hockey in mid-June. And we're happy. This is good. It's good stuff all the way around. I'll see you in the morning.